Joining me now is Congresswoman Marcia Fudge, Democrat from Ohio, who's been fighting back against voter suppression. Congresswoman, thanks for being here tonight.
My pleasure indeed, Reverend Al. Always good to be with you.
Now, what do you make of this Republicans officials' blatant comment about black voter turnout?
Reverend Al, this is just scandalous what is going on in Ohio. I mean, we have a Secretary of State who has allowed the power of his position to overshadow any sense of decency, to actually overshadow his responsibility to conduct fair and open elections. It is just scandalous.
Now, and I want to make it clear, this is not just partisan. This is about all voters having the right to vote. I was in Ohio last week, as you know. We're talking about anybody should have the right to the fair amount of time, same amount of time to vote. African Americans make up 21% of the population in Ohio. 31% of early voters were African American, and 82% of all early voters voted nights and weekends in the county that this particular official said. The county, this official that I quoted about African Americans was saying this. 82% of the voters that voted early voted on the hours that they're now trying to ban.
And the other thing that's so really ridiculous, Reverend Al, is that if we go the way we are today, 197,000 Ohioans will be refused the right to vote. I mean, it will affect 197,000 voted just on weekends and early voting in 2008. And in addition to which, by having the early vote, we saved millions of dollars across the state of Ohio. When you look at the fact that by having all of those people vote early and on Saturdays, we didn't need as many poll workers, we didn't need as many machines. We saved millions of dollars just in this county where I live, Cuyahoga County alone. And people felt that they had the ability to vote in a way that was comfortable for them, not something that was dictated by the Secretary of State.
Well, but we're advocating open voting and making democracy work all over the world. How do we come to Ohio, Pennsylvania, and other states and now start cutting back on days that were already given to us to vote and hours that were already given? I mean, how do we even think we can justify this?
It is the height of hypocrisy. There is no justification for it. There is none.
Now, at a hearing held this morning for Democratic election officials in Montgomery County, suspended by the Secretary of State Husted for going against early voting directive, quote, Dennis Lieberman and Tom Ritchie pushed for extra voting hours on the weekend. Tell us why they're doing that.
Well, they're doing it simply because they want to make what they believe a uniform voting system. What they don't understand is that uniformity does not equate to equality and fairness.
Right.
So their position is, let's just make everybody the same. But if you take my county in Cuyahoga, we have over 1 million residents. If you go to the county, some of these counties where they are Republican counties, they may have 100,000 people.
So you're
How
talking
can you say
about
that they should be the same?
Make it relative. I got you. I've run out of time, but thank you. We'll have you back, and we'll certainly be watching this. Congresswoman Marcia Fudge, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you so much, Reverend Al.
We'll be right back.